Today, we are going over everything to do with gold and silver premiums and how you could use this knowledge to determine what you should be stacking. Just to start off, premiums are the difference in price of a coin or bar, whatever gold and silver you are stacking compared to the spot price of gold and silver. That's what a premium is. So why do premiums exist? It's simply supply and demand on a finished product instead of the supply and demand for the raw commodity. The commodity would be gold and silver in this case. There are manufacturing costs like labor and energy, things that you also need to be making money if you're going to be a private mint or something like that, and why would you take all that risk of potentially not being able to sell all of your silver or gold if there's no profits to be made? So before the world got beaver fever and all the beavers had to stay in their dams, premiums were about 8 to 10% for your modern bullion coins. That is specifically what I'm talking about. You get bars, rounds slightly cheaper, but generally speaking, 8 to 10% for the modern bullion coins. Just like a maple or an American Eagle, Britannia, Kangaroo, something like that. Nowadays, after the world got beaver fever, premiums are about double what they used to be, sitting around 20%. And this is why a lot of people would say we have high premiums today, and you will often hear that get mentioned in the comments in videos here on YouTube. And I do tend to think that premiums are pretty high right now if you compare it to what they used to be before the world got beaver fever. There are a couple things that affect the premiums on the coin or bar, whatever gold and silver you're stacking. All premiums are is supply and demand on a finished product as opposed to the raw commodity of gold and silver. Gold and silver spot price can be thought of as just the base value of the coin or the bar, and the premium is the supply and demand factor for each piece. Therefore, there are those two simple factors that affect premium. Supply or mintage is half of the equation. This is why mintage matters. When it has a lower mintage, less demand is needed to raise the premium of that piece of gold or silver, whatever coin or bar it is. A high mintage means more demand is required to raise the price of whatever gold and silver you're stacking. And the demand is pretty self-explanatory. That's just demand, how much people want each piece. There, demand is demand. That's the other half of the equation. Does purity make a difference? No, absolutely not. People tend to prefer 4/9 silver to 3/9 silver and 5/9 gold to 4/9 gold, but ultimately there is no direct correlation between purity and premium. That's just one factor that affects demand. It's not really gonna have a direct correlation, and you can't really say, oh, this is more pure, therefore it's gonna have a better premium and I should get this instead. I wouldn't take that approach. Size matters. Yes, that applies to gold and silver premiums, and this affects demand. The more fractional or smaller piece of gold and silver tend to be more attainable to more people, and there tends to be a direct correlation between size and premium. Less people can afford the larger size pieces, dropping in demand, which lowers premium. There you go. Size matters. And that is why not all premiums should be thought of as premiums though. Numismatic coins made of gold and silver are not affected in price by a change in spot price, if that makes sense. So any movement in spot price doesn't affect those pieces' prices when they are numismatic coins. Coins such as Morgan silver dollars really don't move with spot price. Basically, the coins that nobody would stack are numismatic coins. They're really not meant for stacking, it's meant for collecting. Coin collecting. Boom. There you go, that's numismatic coins in a nutshell. Why they don't really move, why their premium shouldn't really be thought of as a premium because they just not really tied to the spot price at all. There are also semi-numismatic coins such as the Krakens and the Creatures of the North or the Gods of Olympus series. They are partially tied to spot price but tend to carry a premium above the standard gold and silver bullion coins, and they tend to want to center around a certain price, but they might fluctuate a little bit, not too much though, with spot price. There are also the standard bullion coins, which tend to have a low premium and move closely with the gold and silver spot price, and their premium is basically set, and the premium might move a little bit, but it's not moving too much in premium, and it tends to move more based on what the spot price is. And that's kind of why you see different movements in premiums with different types of coins, bars, whatever it may be, whatever you're stacking or buying. So now's the good part. How do you use this new knowledge to help your gold and silver stacking? Just as every product there is a retail and wholesale price, I find a good way to help judge overall demand is just by comparing retail and wholesale prices for gold and silver pieces. Gold and silver dealers pay a premium to get gold and silver, and the difference in premium the bullion dealers pay compared to what we pay is called a spread. So that would be what they sell it for compared to what they'll buy it back from you for. That would be the spread. Whatever products tend to have a lower spread tend to keep their premium best. This also is a good strategy, as you may not always be able to find a buyer for whatever you are selling, and you may need to end up selling some back to the gold and silver bullion dealer at some point. There might be people buying gold and silver, but that doesn't mean they're willing to pay for the exact piece that you are selling and everything like that. And if you could just keep that, if you could keep the spread down, you could sell it easier, faster, all that fun stuff, and you don't need to go through the efforts of trying to find someone on your own. You could sell it back to the bullion dealer or whatever if you need to, and you're gonna lose less based on that spread if you sell it back to them if it's lower compared to a higher spread. There's also a reason why they're willing to pay more for certain pieces compared to others, which means it will be easier to sell the ones with a lower spread on the secondary market as opposed to selling it back to the bullion dealer. Just some food for thought for you, because if they're selling all the same stuff at the same price but they're willing to pay more for certain pieces, they can move them a lot easier, and that's why they're willing to pay more, and they can make more money that way just by having the supply and everything there, and more people are looking for certain pieces rather than others. And if you're still watching, I appreciate you. Put a hashtag BeaverDamFam in the comments. That way I know you're a real one and watch the entire video. Also, come on man, hit that subscribe button, join the Beaverdam fam, subscribe with all notifications on, and just to touch base on these longer videos, I'm probably gonna start streaming soon. If you want to come hang out on the stream, send me an email. It's in the description down below. It's always better if there's someone to chat to rather than just me, myself, and I up on the screen, so yeah, please send me an email if you do want to do that. I also want to thank Wasatch Wizard. I really appreciate the letters and the stickers. Stay positive and check out this video on my first MS70 coin, and check out Wasatch Wizard's link down in the description below. Thanks.